In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to connect your Uneekor launch monitor to the GSPro simulator software. For this demo, I'm going to be using the Uneekor IXO with the View software, but the same principle goes for the QED. To begin with, I always like to start the View software first. To keep this demo easy to watch, I'm actually going to start all the software in a windowed mode. Typically, I would have multiple displays, everything running full screen, but with a windowed mode, it's easier for me to bounce back and forth between numerous applications. Once you start your Uneekor software, in this case View, start a range session all the way in. Select your person you're doing and select a club. Basically get it so you can take shots on the Uneekor and it would show up in the range. Once you're done with that, I'm going to scoot this over to the side here, and like every time that you're going to start GSPro, double click the golf ball, the GSPro launcher on the desktop. It's going to automatically check for updates. In this case, there has not been any, and it's going to prompt me with the same GSPro configuration. I'm going to adjust my resolution a little bit here just so I have a little more real estate for the demo. Once I'm happy, I'm going to hit play. Now, this is the first time I've ever done this with the Uneekor Connect software. So when the Connect software pops up, it actually makes me select which options I want. This is the only time I'm going to have to do this. Once I do this once, it's going to automatically do everything for me. In this case, I want to click the Uneekor control. I give it one single left click, and it's going to open up a panel that has a lot of data displays and a handful of red things. The first one that we want to check for is this red or now green top bar. This one means that it actually connected to the Uneekor software. And because I'm in windowed mode here, I can actually see that if I click back over to the Uneekor View software, I get a GSPro icon in the upper right hand corner. Ignite does a very similar thing. You'll get a GSPro indicator. Now, the other critical thing that you're always checking for is a green bar in the lower right-hand corner of GSPro. What that means is that the Uneekor Connect software has successfully connected to the GSPro software itself. So at this point, everything is green. It is that easy to connect. To show this, I'm going to go ahead back over to GSPro and hit the practice session, and I'm going to hit the driving range. Once this loads up, I'm simply going to take a shot, and you're going to see that it shows up both in the Uneekor software and GSPro. It's as easy as that. So I want to show this one more time, being that it's not going to be our first time this time. So I'm going to go to the upper right menu here, click the tab, click the gear icon, and I'm going to end this round. From the main menu, I'm going to hit exit game. When you hit exit game, it automatically closes GSPro itself and the Connect software. Now this time, I'm going to run the same GSPro launcher off the desktop, but you're going to see how automated it is once you do it that very first time. Checks for updates, there isn't any. Remembers the settings that you selected last time, so this is very easy. Typically, you're just going to hit play again. Boots into the GSPro software itself. After a small delay, it automatically loads in the Connect software. And we're going to see that it automatically turns green up top. GSPro icon shows up in Uneekor, and the green bar shows up in GSPro itself. Now this even looks smoother when you have everything in full windowed mode because things aren't popping in front of it. You really just see the green bar show up in GSPro, and you likely have Uneekor on a second monitor. You see that GSPro label show up, so you know you're good to go. Again, I'm going to go over to the range, take a very small wedge shot, and you see that it automatically shows up. Very easy. If you have any questions, of course, don't hesitate to reach out. Otherwise, thank you for watching.